Very lucky to be joined by Stan Shepperd and Joe Hill, who have both, well, Joe, you've got 2 rides today and Stan's got 1. So Joe, first of all, Harbour Court, mightily impressive horse in his day, fantastic at Cheltenham, and so now you've got the ride up in place of James Tudor, so what are your opinions of him today?
Yeah, it's going to be a tough ask given £7 to Gazeo. He was very impressive in 2 races when Will got on him at the end of last season. He's in really good form. Hopefully the ground will be alright. It looks like it's riding nice, good to soft grounds. Hopefully that should suit him. He's got his cheap pieces back on again, which he's been a different horse since he's had them on. He's been travelling and jumping so much better. And he's got his tongue tie on again, which also has been a massive asset the last 2 runs. Yeah, hopefully we can go out there, give a good run in. Today isn't it's not sort of 100% to today's we've got to win. It's sort of Dad's training with Cheltenham in mind. Sort of Cheltenham in March and May will be our main aims. But if we can get a good run out there today, it'd be brilliant if we can win. But giving Gazeo £7 going to be hard. So just go out there and try and give him a hard race if we can. That's the main plan. But yeah.
So you mentioned that he's going to run in March at Cheltenham. Is that what race are you aiming him for there?
He'll be aimed for the Fox Hunters. He was aimed for it last year and he got a poisonous leg the week before and we couldn't run him there. The year before he was 5th and his wind caught him out that day. His epiglottis flipped up. Since then he's had a soft palate, and then also like last year with the application of the tongue tie he was a changed horse. So yeah, hopefully go there, and then he's qualified for the Hunts race in May, and I say that probably be the main plan. The race he won last year, go back there again this year.
So you said that James Tudor rode him all of last year, and you did mention that he's given you some instructions. So what instructions would they be?
Yeah, I had a good chat with James last night. He's a good family friend still since he's retired. He just said to me, look, you've got to know, tomorrow, today isn't the main day. The ground might be a little bit tacky for him. Just sort of if he is beat, look after him. But he said he will travel and jump so much better, and you've got to sort of keep the revs up on him, because otherwise, if you go too steady, you're going to get done by Gazeo, because he's got a massive turn of foot. He's a 2-miler. He's won a Grade 2 bumper. He was favourite for an Arkle. He's got loads of speed, and we don't have speed. So I'm sort of probably jump out, try and make it a gallop. That's it. Sort of that's what he does. So hope he'll do that.
Oh, brilliant. And you've got one later in the maiden for Stan Shepperd's family. So what do you know about him of yet? Black Banjo.
Yeah, I got text off Stan on Friday evening, so I don't think I don't think it was too prepared. But yeah, Stan asked me to ride him. I had a chat with Ed Bailey. He scored him fair amount, said he's safe. I've looked at his form in Ireland. It looked all right. So Stan said he's safe. Matt said he's safe, and so's Ed. So yeah, I hope he just sort of jump out. Stan said sort of hopefully get him round and get him go and have a nice run. And probably he's both Matt and Stan have said sort of he's probably not good enough to win a Barbury maiden, but hopefully there'll be races for him to win end of the season. So yeah.
And we know that you've had Victoria Pendleton spending a lot of time at your place. So what sort of tips, if any, have you given her?
Oh, I'm barely allowed to talk to her. Dad talks to her the whole time. Yeah, she's riding here today. She had a lovely ride last week on Manila Theatre, according to Sarah and the ladies today. Hopefully be a good spin for us. She's a lovely jumper. Victoria does get on really well with her. Hopefully she can go and have a nice another spin today, and then we can sort of start getting a bit more serious with her and try and go and sort of win some races. But you've got to remember, sort of 8 months ago, she'd never sat on a horse. She's doing amazing. I got so much respect for her, and she's in every day. She's in 5 or 6 days a week, schooling, galloping. She's absolutely loving it. And she probably doesn't care if she never wins a race. She just wants to get out there. She's loving the whole experience. She's already told Mum and Dad she wants to be an annoying owner rider after the Betfair experience finishes. So yeah, it's just hopefully she can have another safe spin. That's the main thing.
Oh, thanks to Joe, and best of luck later. On to you, Stan. So you've got Duke of Spain in the maiden last, who looked mighty impressed at Woodford and only losing by 1 length at Hereford on dead ground. So what is your assumptions of him so far?
Well, he's funny because he has to go out on the leader end at home. He's wild, but no, second, first time out ever on a race course was pretty good, and then 4th at a good place like Woodford isn't usually too bad a form. So he should run quite well today, we hope.
Yeah, will the ground suit him out there?
I thought so. I haven't been around yet. I'm about to go out and do that, but I see no reason why it wouldn't stop him.
And how's his jumping? Because we know that they're very well made fence at Barbury, as they are every time. So would his jumping stand up to the test?
Yeah, well, he managed to jump around Hereford, and I've schooled him once or twice at home, and he jumps class, and Ed's, my friend, schooled him as well. And so I don't think that should stop him anyway.
Do you have any sort of other exciting prospects for further down the line when pointing? Or anything that you're looking forward to as of yet?
Sally Olner, that I go out to ride for on weekends, she's got a few running next week at Larkhill, and I might ride join together next week in the Open at Larkhill, so that wouldn't be too bad. No, that'd be very good.